I'm going to show you exactly how to whisk matcha so it's frothy and foaming. And this is the technique I learned from a Korean tea master from when I was in Jeju Island about 14 days ago. Quick little fact before I even dive into how to actually whisk matcha. Jeju Island is actually known for producing 70 or more % of the green tea and matcha for the Korean market. So you can imagine my surprise when I went to Jeju Island and I was able to find a tea house that taught you and celebrated tea. So I'm gonna use the matcha that they use, exactly the method that they taught me, which I can share with you. Essentially, when you are starting to make your matcha, always warm your bowl up. This is not just an etiquette, it also helps to bring the temperature of the bowl up so that when you are making your matcha tea, the liquid is going to aerate a lot easier. You will always find that when you are making matcha or frothing matcha that when the liquid or the bowl is hotter, it will make a frothier and foamy consistency. In the tea house, they also prep the matcha whisk so it is softer and pliable. There we go. So, and even if the traditional tea house don't use a sift to sift their matcha, I know what you're thinking. Well, the traditional way is probably the best way, but hold on. This is what they are going to use anyway to pre-sift the matcha into a tea canister. So we're going to sift the matcha into the bowl. It's okay to use a sift. You don't have to be a purist. You can be yourself. 2 to 4 grams of matcha is a sweet spot for your matcha latte drinks. When your matcha is too watery, it means you're not using enough matcha or you're having too much water. One of those ratios are off. And if you're just drinking an asucha, which is a drink by itself, usually you want to have 1 gram to about 60 mils of water. The tea master was like, okay, you see this little cloth where they tied everything together right here? You're gonna put your index finger over here, another finger next to it, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. So technically, I'm using 4 fingers to flick my wrist. What I used to do was a 3-finger crimp, right? And I'll be like very close up. But no, the tea master was like, yo, you gotta stand back a little bit further, hold the bowl directly down with your arm straight. Slowly increase the speed as you get more efficient with your whisking. Towards the ends, when it gets really thick, what you can do is start to whisk and break up the bubbles at the top. What that does is it creates a slightly finer layer of foam, which can be considered a microfoam, and that's how you make it.